Hello my wonderful people, viewers and subscribers. I don't land like Land Rover in case you're still wondering who is here. I am Okute Daily Talk from my own corner bringing to you this broadcast and breaking news all the way from Biafra land, Nigeria. When I know now, as we do am. The breaking news and the headlines follows immediately after this introduction. Breaking: Ipob Igweocha massively hosts Biafra Land National Coordinator in the 2023 provincial kick-off meeting. All the things being discussed inside this meeting, they here, and I'm going to read it one after the other for those of us who are not opportune to read, but you can listen. So please get acquainted with what you are doing here. There's no joke, and I must tell you the gospel truth. No child play here. We are here to give you the news as it ought to be. There's no any propaganda. We are giving the right news and the right time and from the right channel. So please, turn on the notification button as you are listening. If this is your first time of hearing my voice, first time of joining this channel, you are highly welcome. In short, my brother, I throw a salute for you. Carry on. Boza, boza, boza. Another headline here. Army, police don't kill army. This one they happen for Lagos State. Here, the begin they finish for Nigeria. Now one day one trouble. Every time of the day you must surely hear one problem or the other. But whichever way it will not go wrong from our country, now our beloved country. I will must surely do anything humanly possible to support whatever that's happening there. The good ones, not the bad one. Alleged coup. This one is a breaking news from this Hungary minister, ex-minister, FFK. He don't the DSS don't invite this man make him come coagulate the thing wey they do. All the lies wey don the lie for inside Twitter. Say Atiku Abubakar they plan with some top military officials made them have a coup coming this 25th so that the military can take over the country. Now they don't baba. Come and explain yourself. The man don't fear now. This life no balance you. In fact, let me take another headline. Tension as police murder soldier in Lagos State. So please, we don't have to wait much of your time. If you never subscribe, please endeavor to do that because subscription is free. You are not going to pay any money. Nobody asking you to pay shishi. Just hit it and you will understand that I am going to show appreciation when the time is right. So let us take the news. Please, tighten your seatbelt because we are about to take off now. From Biafra land, the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob Igweocha family, hosted Mazi Ikechukwu Igweocha, the Ipob Biafra land coordinator, and other national executives in the heat of 2023 opening meeting. Okay, now so we take Yambo. And the things being discussed in this meeting, you are going to understand it one after the other as we proceed. The meeting, which was successful, held on Saturday, 11 February of 2023, took a very special dimension and enabled the Biafra Land Coordinator to cover some milestones in charging the entire Ipob family of Igweocha in respect to the Biafra restoration mandate and the relentless effort for the unconditional release of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Okuchukwu Kanu, you know now, here. This man, the court of competent jurisdiction for Nigeria, don't say, make or leave this man, the DSS and the federal government of Nigeria and the cabals where they are say, he. But to let us keep in mind that any eye where they cry can also see. And that's all we take him for here. All our poor family members in Igweocha congratulated timely at the event venue as the meeting was started with an opening prayer and the taking of Ipob oath of office. Afterwards, Mazi Christian Chujo, the Ipob Igweocha acting state coordinator, on behalf of the Ipob Igweocha family, welcomed the national executives in a high spirit and love. Welcoming the executives, the Ipob Biafra Land National Secretary Mazi Chuks Igweocha was handed the microphone to first address the people. Igweocha, who spoke extensively to the keenly listening audience, admonished the people of Igweocha to remain focused and constantly formidable on the Biafran restoration course. I hope when they follow me, please do not get tired because the journey we are embarking on, no, you know, goes end today because we still have a long way to go. Thereafter, Mazi Ikechukwu Igweocha took the stage and broadly elaborated on how the Ipob administrator chain of command COC cannot be compromised, stating that the Directorate of State DOS remains the apex leadership of Ipob, and Ipob have no other supreme leader aside Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Igweocha warned that the people should never listen to or pay any side attention to unvalidated platform of broadcast because of Radio Biafra is the only where we worship. We call on all the senatorial coordinators, local government coordinators, zonal coordinators, and the unit coordinators to go back to the drawing boards to root and build up their members, educate them to cultivate the habit of listening to the right channel of Biafra news, he said. In case of those who don't dey in ties with this Simon Ekpa of a guy, I'm not condemning his own movement, but let us be guided, okay? So that to avoid making mistakes on this struggle for the Biafran restoration or to get the referendum from the caliber of Nigerian government, or big cabals in Asorok and other ones who have vowed that this country will still remain under them, and they keep on punishing the Biafrans for sins we never committed. As the administrative body of Ipob, the DOS is doing everything possible to see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu released from the hands of the Nigerian government. And it's obvious, if any group claims they have done something to bring out Ipob leader from detention, such group should tell the world what they have done. DOS members are the ones genuinely working day and night to ensure they secure the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu through every possible genuine means. The Ipob legal team are working very hard as well to see that Kanu regains his freedom. Why are some people trying to destroy what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have built and claim to be fighting for Biafra? This is an impossible task, though, but Igweocha must rise again. Mazi Igweocha thundered as the massive crowd shouted, yes. In conclusion, Mazi Christian Chujoke, the acting coordinator of Igweocha, appreciated the presence of all who attended the meeting. He reiterated that the importance of unity and love as the agendas of the new year begins. Mazi Chujo encouraged the Igweocha Ipob family to gear up for the already decided Igweocha's risk back in full force. Recall that Biafran town, Obigbo, where thousands of Nigerians were massacred, disappeared by the Nigerian military on the orders of Governor Nyesom Wike, is located in Igweocha. This single incident and other terrible onslaughts against the Biafran people, they have tried to deter the Ipob Biafra freedom activities in the region, but definitely Ipob remains unstoppable. So Mazi Chujo reminded the Ipob Igweocha family that they were the most formidable in the whole of Biafra land before the Nigerian government's masterminded genocide on the Igweocha's Biafra believers. He therefore encouraged all the coordinators to be more focused now and mindful of any possible attempts the enemy might make to infiltrate the family anymore. Mazi Chujo, in continuation, cautioned that any coordinator who failed to be in that meeting should not be hold any meeting in the region he or she is coordinating until the state authority approves they so. He noted that this very phase of Igweocha's rise, things will no longer be as usual. Everybody must make fresh commitment to this Biafra restoration cause. If you are with us, you are in. For those who are out, you are out. The door is wide open to anyone according to your choice. He concluded, so the state coordinator thanked everyone who made it to the meeting despite the harsh economic conditions, and the meeting came to an end with a closing prayer of thanks to Chukwuoke Abiama at around 5 p.m. Pictures with the head for security purposes. Family Writers Press International reporting all the way from Obigbo in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. So as we proceed, please make sure you turn on the notification button. I always make sure that I make this appeal to the general public so that they will know we need them to also be getting the news that we give them on daily basis. You understand it? So as we are proceeding, I just found out that the headline just pop up now. So I need to let general public to know that the court orders kidnapping kingpin Evans to refund over 233,000 euros ransom to victims. That is, if you know that nene, where in name be Evans, where does they kidnap people every now and then. Court don't mastermind them, say you must return all the whole money where you don't collect from the victims, because this man, he don't kidnap, no be here. He don't collect money in dollars, pounds, and also in euros. So it don't mastermind them. He must return over 233,000 euros ransom to all the victims. Whether to victim or all the victims, I cannot tell, but let us know, or let us read exactly what the news says. Convicted notorious kingpin Chukwu Dumeme Onwamadike, popularly known as Evans, has been asked to refund the sum of 233,000 euros ransom he collected from one of his victims, Chief Donatus Dunu. Okay, this one is one victim, not to talk about other ones. Nigerian record that was arrested in 2017 and was tried several times before he was finally convicted of the charges against him. One of the victims of Evans' criminal act, Dunu, who is a renowned pharmacist, has since filed a suit against the convict, seeking the court to order the defendant to refund the ransom he collected from him. The claimant was reportedly abducted on February 14 of 2017 and was held hostage before he managed to escape from captivity. Upon his escape, Dunu alleged that the defendant collected a sum of 233,000 euros as ransom before he escaped from the abduction. You escaped or they freed you. This one, this story is not clear, but whichever way it is, we are going to still complete it, because some people can lie. Consequently, the claimant, who is the CEO of Mayadon pharmaceutical company, filed a suit demanding the return of the sum of 233,000 euros or pounds. I don't understand this news, sir. He paid as ransom while in the custody of the kidnapped kingpin. The claimant also abandoned the sum of 50 million naira as damages. Okay, demanded 50 million naira as damages from somebody who has been in prison. You are not serious, oh? You are not serious at all. In his testimony before the Lagos State High Court, sitting at the Tafa Balewa Square on Lagos Island, the claimant said Evans had also asked him to instruct his brothers, Anselm Dunu and Innocent Dunu, to pay the ransom. He stated that the sum of 233,000 euros was paid, but the defendant refused to release him. He eventually escaped from the captivity. He was not cross-examined by the defendant despite several adjournments for cross-examination. The claimant's brother Anselm Dunu also gave evidence and adopted his witness statement on the oath sworn to the two on the 16th May of 2022. In his evidence, he told the court that on the 14th February 2017, another of his brother, Innocent Dunu, informed him that the claimant was abducted. The next day, he said he spoke with the claimant on the phone, who instructed him to pay his abductors 100 million naira as a ransom for his release. He stated that the abductors later demanded 1 million pounds. His relation, one Uchenna Okagu, delivered 233,000 pounds to the abductors. He was also not cross-examined according to the law. However, in his defense, the defendant contended that the strength of the claimant's case is predicted majority upon criminal trial against him and others on the said day. The defendant also submitted that only evidence before the court as to the payment of 233,000 pounds and to whom, if any, it was paid, was evidence of Uchenna Okagu, who allegedly delivered the money to the abductors. He added that in the criminal trial, Uchenna Okagu testified that he dropped the sum on the ground and fled, and that he was he did not see anybody or deliver the money to anyone. Lie. He argued that the evidence of Uchenna Okagbo, who delivered the sum, said to the abductors, who is the only direct evidence, was passed the test of proof beyond a reasonable doubt. The defender submitted that the judgment delivered by the Justice Hakim Oshodi on the 25th day of February of 2022 is now the subject of an appeal at the Court of Appeal, Lagos Division. In his judgment, Justice Ogunjobi held that the defendant gave inconsistent evidence and cannot be regarded as a witness of truth. Yes, I know, they keep lying. Delivering judgment on Wednesday, Justice Olukayode Ogunjobi ordered the convicted kidnapper to pay 50 million naira as general damages in favor of the claimant. The judge also stated that having watched the manual of the defendant in the witness box while giving evidence, he concluded that his evidence cannot be trusted. And so we take CMO. This one a typical lie. Even me myself, I know it is a lie. Justice Ogunjobi held is settled law that no witness who gives materially inconsistent evidence on the oath is entitled to the honor of being accorded with any credibility, and as such does not deserve to be treated as a truthful witness. Child, this one, oh, may God help Evans. Besides adducing conflicting pieces of evidence on oath, I awarded the manner of the defendant in the witness box when giving evidence and concluded that the defendant is not a witness of truth. I do not believe his evidence. I accept the unchallenged and uncontroverted evidence of the claimant and his witness. The evidence supports the relief sought by the claimant. Consequently, the claimant is entitled to be paid or repaid or recover the defendant the sum of euro 233,000 euros ransom coercively paid by the claimant to defendant when the defendant kidnapped the claimant in the year of 2017 and held the claimant hostage for months. The sum of 50 million naira is awarded as general damages in favor of the claimant against the defendant. Post-judgment interest is awarded on the said amount of $233,000 at the rate of 10% per annum from judgment, that is 14th of February of 2023 until final liquidation. The adjudged said sum of the euro 233 and 50 million naira is hereby ordered to be paid or recover from the assets of the defendant. This is the judgment of the court, and the court, however, refused the claim for pre-judgment interest of 40% per annum on the 233,000 euros. And so we take Siamo. Another one here, this one is a breaking news. It's coming all the way from Canaan land. Pastor Archbishop David Oyedepo speaks on 2023 general elections. Pray against war erupting on or after the election. The senior pastor and founder of the Living Faith Church, aka Winners Chapel, Bishop David Oyedepo, had prayed against war breaking out in Nigeria 10 days before the 2023 general election, and that is what we are trying to avoid. The Reverend Christian cleric offered a prayer in his church while assuring the congregants and the Nigerians at large that the forthcoming election would birth a new Nigeria only if the old fools that occupied Asorok and other critical positions will allow the new Nigeria to emerge. And that is what we keep struggling and what we keep advising people. Go out there, get your PVC and vote, and make sure your vote counts. No one is going to do this for you. If you are waiting for God to come down from heaven and vote for you, that means you are not a Nigerian and you don't want the best for this country. Mr. David Oyedepo spoke during the ongoing prayer and fasting program organized in his ministry for peaceful and credible polls. He assured that the spiritual exercise will bring change to the nation. We hope so. Watch out, a new Nigeria emerges. Majority of Nigerians believe there is no way to change Nigeria, including church people, including pastors. They just believe it is over. But believe me, new Nigeria is possible and it can emerge by the special grace of Almighty. God couldn't have called this emergency 3 days of prayer and fasting for nothing. God doesn't watch time. God hates waste. So these 3 days must lead to a change in this country, and it will bring a history in this very country. Nigeria will prosper in our time. The story of Nigeria will change in our lifetime, and this prayer meeting going on now will be a major factor in defining the change of Nigeria, or the change that the Nigerians have been vying for years. Oyedepo said today, and so shall it be. So we have another news on our hand here. According to this news, police don't go buy soldier. I don't know what thing cause the fracas, but whichever way it is, my brothers, this one now soldier supposed to kill police, but police don't kill soldier. All in Nigeria. In short, let us read the news to know the content. The Nigerian Army has given an update on the incident that led to the killing of one of its gallant soldiers in Lagos State on Wednesday by an officer of the Nigerian Police Force. Nigerian News reported that earlier some police officers were accused of stabbing a soldier to death on Ogijo area of Ikorodu in Lagos State. The incident happened on Wednesday evening and reportedly led to a series of shootings in the area, causing palpable tensions among residents of that same area in Lagos. A report said policemen took over at Ogijo police station when they discovered the victim was a military officer. While I know they finish this one, while I tie up. The 81 Division Nigerian Army, however, in a statement issued on Thursday morning through its Deputy Director of Public Relations, Lieutenant Colonel Olabisi Ayeni, explained that the victims, the soldier, allegedly confronted the suspect policeman, who was not properly dressed and was standing very close to a patrol vehicle of Operation Mesa to confirm his identity. He said this led to an argument, and subsequently the unfortunate incident happened. The soldier was immediately rushed to the Lagos State Polyclinic Hospital, Odungoyan, for medical attention, but he was declared dead on arrival at the hospital. May the Almighty Chukwuoke Abiyama accept your soul, and may you rest in the bosom of the Lord. The remains of this soldier have been moved to 174 Battalion Medical Center in Ikorodu. The Army spokesperson explained, adding that the suspect, the cop, was arrested and kept in a military custody for his safety and subsequently handed over to the Nigerian police for prosecution. However, the angry mob who witnessed the unfortunate incident took advantage of this and attacked the police station in the community. Every day attack. When will they stop all these horrendous activities in the area? Troops have been deployed around the vicinity to all police stations in the Ikorodu area to prevent a breakdown of law and order. The situation is under control as normalcy has returned to the community, Ayeni said. And so we start here more. The last year but not the least, alleged coup. I have been asked to report there every day. Fani Kayode gives update on DSS summons. Spokesperson for All Progressive Congress, APC Presidential Campaign Council, Femi Fani Kayode, has shared an update concerning his summon by the Department of State Service, DSS. The former Minister of Aviation has alleged that the People's Democratic Party PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar and some top military generals had a secret meeting. He claimed that in the meeting an agenda might have been cooked up for a coup d'état to topple the present government and establish a new and unconstitutional order in the country. But in response, the defense headquarters denied planning to scuffle the general elections, reiterating the loyalty of the armed forces to the constitution and civil authority. Giving an update on his summons, FFK took to Twitter to announce that the security outfit has ordered him to appear in their facility on daily basis. Igweocha, he wrote, reported to DSS again today, just got back. I was there for hours of intensive interrogation. It was challenging and grueling. I have been ordered to report there every day. I will comply, no fear. The Lord is with me, with us. He is a man of war and mighty in battle. He can resist him. Who can resist him? So now you know that God is almighty. After lying, after using your verified account to tweet against somebody who have not such intention. Now you know that God is Almighty, but when you are tweeting, you did not call God. When you are lying against Atiku, lying against P2B, lying against all the whole presidential candidate who is a challenge and a rival to your paymaster, you never remember God. So now you remember that God exists. There is God, though. Here is there is God. God is watching all of you. So my good people of Biafra, the lovers of freedom and the lovers of mankind, this is where we are coming to the end of this broadcast. So in case you never subscribe, please, I am here to tell you that subscription is for free. It's free of charge. You're not going to pay any money to subscribe. So make sure you hit that subscription button, turn on the notification button so that you'll be notified each time we go live or we post something new on this channel or any other channel related to Okute Daily Talk. So my good people of Biafra, now here we go take carry our kaya and I go with the go so. Bye for now. Kemesiano.